She's so gentle.
I know.
Can
This is Sunshine. Sunshine and I have a long history. She's one of my favorites because she came in originally when I first met her, and she was we were worried about being parvo positive. And she actually got her monoclonal antibody, and I did a whole, I was so excited to use that. Anyway, yeah, who gets excited for parvo? Anyway, she's here now because she has Happy Tail. So I'm gonna sneak around the back and give you a good close-up and make her really nervous. I know, it's all right. She's like, but I just had my temperature taken and I'm very worried you're gonna do that again. It's all right. So this is what we call Happy Tail. She actually wagged herself to the point of rupturing the blood vessels in the end of her tail. And then always the hair falls off and it sort of looks like this little rat tail for a while. And the dilemma for everybody is, how do we protect it and keep it from, bleeding everywhere? And when it happened at my house, there was like a line of blood all the way at the level of my dog's tail. And really there's very few things you can put on it. I have tried everything. I've tried syringe casings that I've actually sutured to the tail. We tried bandaging it, but those dogs with the happy tail keep wagging and things just don't adhere. So in general, I now just sedate them and we try to keep them out of those crates or containment areas where they're wagging their tail so hard against the wall, because it doesn't seem like any amount of wagging against some hard structure tells the brain that your tail is bleeding. And I've actually had some dogs who have traumatized the end of their tail, and for those dogs we actually have to amputate. But the problem is you keep amputating and amputating and amputating. So that's really why I kind of lean more on the behavior stuff and the sedation stuff. If they're self-traumatizing, we put an e-collar on, and then you just have to let it heal. After it heals the first time, and if you can keep it, quiet for a good couple of weeks, it tends to never happen again. It tends to be more the younger dogs who are just so happy they wag and beat their tail to pieces, and never see a problem with it. So that's why it's called Happy Tail. So it was very nice seeing Sunshine, and she's a very good example of Happy Tail and how frustrating it can be, because the more you try to treat it, the more they just wag their tail, and really nothing sticks to a tail, right, Sunshine? So if this happens to your dog, try to keep them out of the crate for a little while. Think about an e-collar so they're not chewing at it. Manage it like you would a basic wound, and then it will take a little while for that hair to grow back over it. And if it really, really becomes a problem, then you can talk about, I'll numb up the tail, and sometimes I'll suture a casing of a syringe onto it so they're banging against hard plastic, and then sedation really does go a long way. All right, it's nice to see you again, pretty girl.